Says you are live.
Okay, perfect. That's one just turned off. Okay, so we'd like to welcome you to Fabric Chicks live on Monday. For those of you who are new to watching or just tuning in, we go live every Monday and Wednesday at 4 o'clock. I'm Beth. Roger's behind the camera. And if you ever have any questions, just type them in for us. It's always a little bit frantic. We just had a customer who just finished up and left. So we're trying to get everything logged in. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Sue. Welcome. Victor, welcome. Thank you, Victor. So if you didn't get the memo, we did have a class this morning on the exploding heart, which was recorded. So if you do want to do the exploding heart pattern, you can still join it. We have a private Facebook page for those of you in the exploding heart, so you can catch right up with everybody. And on that private page, you can post your progress. You can talk to Victor, who's the teacher, and super fun. Everybody was pretty quiet, so I think they were concentrating on cutting today. And then after that, we had the clam up bag. So anybody who wanted to join, we had a free Zoom for sewing the clam up bag. And if you tune into us pretty regularly, you'll know when we're doing free Zooms or classes. We are kind of short-staffed. Well, we're not kind of. We're super short-staffed. We're still trying to do the same stuff that we did when we used to have 5 employees. So let me get the fan on real quick. Before it's so hot. So that's kind of what we do here at Fabric Chicks. Today we're going to be demoing. Donna said, Sherry is traveling around. I am living vicariously through you, Sherry and Dennis. I have been watching your the pictures you've been posting. I love it. But I don't even know where Needles, California is, but I think it's crazy that we have a town that has no grocery store. Carolyn, that's fine. I do not know. I think we recorded it, but at the end, I don't know if Victor ended it early. So I'll see if there's a recording. If not, we'll do it again another day. So for those of you who are new, we tend to do things over and over. Because you don't always get a chance to, we might show you a demo, and by the time you get the product at home, you forgot what it was. You're not excited about it anymore. You put it in a shelf up on the, out of sight, out of mind. And so we demo it again, then you have it at home and you can jump right in and do it. And then we try to do the Zooms also so that you can really get use of the products. So today we've got several different several different things we're going to be showing you. And we did have a mini retreat this weekend, and it was super fun. We got a lot of stuff done. I made, which I really don't get too much time to sew, but I did the iPad Lightbox cover that Christy had made the pattern for not too long ago. It was super easy, super fast. So if you're looking to make gifts for friends or for kids, for their iPads or their tablets or their books, I am actually going to make another one that's just a hair bigger because I'm always throwing my laptop into my purse. And so I'm going to make it a hair bigger next time, but I do have this one for my laptop because I sat on it and cracked the screen. So I'm going to just show you real quick, first off, the iPad case. And if you want a more thorough demo, you can go and watch, I believe it was Friday's spontaneous Zoom that we did, Friday or Saturday's spontaneous Zoom. We did a really in-depth demo on how to do the iPad case. So you just need several pieces. And I actually am going to put an additional piece into the center of my iPad case. I'm going to put an additional piece just so when I throw my iPad in here, it doesn't scratch up next to my light box or whatever else I might throw in there. because like anything, you always try to throw more stuff into a little bag than you should. So I tend to have the light box. If I'm working on something at home, I'll throw the light box in here and my iPad. So just to say, protect my case, I'm going to put an extra lining in there. Okay, so you're going to want for the iPad case, and a lot of you have the patterns already, but you need 4 pieces of fabric, an outside body, an inside lining, another inside lining. Whoops. Here. Now I'm all confused. I had it all laid out earlier. So 2 pieces for a lining, a backing, and a front, I believe. Oh, no, this is, okay. Now I got it. Takes a minute sometimes. This was so like yesterday's project. 2 pieces for the lining, a backing, and a front. I used my front the same as my backing just because it's such a cute little focus fabric. And we don't really have any great go with it fabrics that I loved. So the same fabric, you're going to need 4 fusible fleeces or battings to line, 1 for each of your main parts. You're going to need the same size of the lining. And then this one here that seems like it should be a lining, you're going to fold this in half, wrong sides together. And you're going to put a piece of interfacing in here. I used fusible interfacing. It's fusible on one side. And then I sprinkled some Bow Nash on here and ironed it down so that it created a nice edge. I top stitched across the top. And then I did the same thing where I had a big piece of fabric, ironed it in half, and the fusible's already ironed in there. So it just gives it a little bit more body. And you're going to line those up. And I top stitched just because I didn't want it to move around. I took those 3 layers. So these are going to be pockets here. I took those 3 layers. I top stitched this pocket. I top stitched this pocket. Not while they were attached. Otherwise they would be sewn down and it would no longer be a pocket. And then I top stitched around here like 1/8 of an inch just to stabilize it. You could do a basting stitch. You can do whatever you want. There's no rules. And then you're going to take your different pieces. And I can't show you the whole thing or else you won't need the pattern. But you're going to take it. You're going to sew your lining and your backing across the top. The lining and the backing across the top, right sides together, so that you create one big piece like this. And then your front and your other lining, you're going to sew across the top also. Remember that you already have the fusible batting or fusible fleece on the back of each of these pieces. Then you're going to open it up, take the right sides and lay them down like this. They've already been stitched across. And then you're going to sew all the way around the entire project, leaving an opening. And it has to be a fairly good size opening here because you have to leave a pretty good size opening because you're going to turn this whole thing inside out. And it's pretty bulky because you have all of the batting on all of 4 pieces. So if you have any questions on that for the iPad case, here's the one that Christy made for the light box. And she did because we wanted to use the fun Janet Wicker Frisch fabrics. So this was a panel. So she had to sew a little piece around it to make it the right size. The panel was too small. And then here we did a little cute applique of another panel that we top stitched onto here and then put some trim on. And then we've got the pockets here. So your cord can go in here. Your light box can go in here. The directions for the pattern you guys bought does have for a light box and an iPad. The iPad directions are smaller. So just make sure you can measure whatever it is you want to put in here to protect it. You can measure that and decide what size to make it. And then here is the one we did over the weekend. And I do have kits for this. I haven't finished them. Oh, here was what I needed last night. I was in bed stitching this towel up and I couldn't find the directions. So this is what we made over the weekend. It's got cute little fabric. We'll have these kits for sale on Wednesday if you like this color arrangement, and it's made for the light box, but I can fit my light box and my iPad in there at the same time. And then look at how fun this button is. I rated this out of Phyllis's button jar. It was the perfect button. So cute. Okay. Well, welcome, Becky. We're glad you're here, even if you're a little bit late. Okay, so here, that's that. If you have any questions about the iPad or the light box, let me know. Let's see. Here I am. The rain made it so they couldn't go to the foothills for fun. Well, we need the rain, but I hear you. Hey, Susan, how are you? Yes, Raylene does live in Fort Mojave. You could call her up and see if you could take a tour of her. They still make templates of different things. That might be fun for Dennis. Okay, let's see. Rondi said she didn't get the link because she can't get on Facebook, and I don't know how to fix that, Rondi. But the Zoom was for people who had the clam up pattern. So, okay, we're done with this demo. Now, the other demo that I wanted to show you was the hexagon and the scrappy tape. So, a lot of you have bought the scrappy tape because we've told you how amazing it is. Scrappy tape is a wash away interfacing. So you just take your bag of scraps. I brought some in here and I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to actually demo the sewing part because you are all too smart. You don't need that. So the scrappy tape comes like this on a roll. We have it in 5 inches. We have it in 2.5 inches like this, which I didn't bring in. The 2.5 inches is $19.99. The 5 inches for a ginormous roll like this is $39.99. And then the 13-inch is $49.99. So I'm just going to tell you a little secret that I've told you before, but I totally forgot when I sat down to do this project. I was doing the 2.5 inches, which is great if you have tiny pieces. But if you want 2.5 inches and you have bigger pieces, you can do the 5-inch and then cut it in half to make the 2.5 inches. That way you're not having to sew and stop and sew and stop and sew and stop. So, or if you're really smart and you have bigger strips, like a lot of my strips were leftover bindings or leftover borders. So I had long strips. So I wish I had done it on the 13-inch and then I could have cut that down because it just would have been so much quicker. But what I'm going to show you right now is this is a 5-inch one. I've already started it. So you sew one piece on. You're going to start with just one piece laying on there. You're going to take your second piece, right sides together, line them up, and then you're just going to sew your 1/4 inch. Once that's sewn, you're going to flip it over like this, and you're going to take your little rolling pin and just flatten it out like that. You're not going to want to iron it. I did not believe it because I don't take my own advice. I knew you're not supposed to iron it, but I thought, oh, it won't really matter. But it does. So if you do iron it, it kind of shrivels up. So don't iron it. Just use your roly-poly. So this is what I made really quick yesterday. And a lot of you have already purchased the hexagon tool. So I took the hexagon tool and I had some leftover. A lot of you bought this kit when we had it. I took some leftover pieces and I used my hexagon ruler and cut that piece out just perfectly. Cut my hexagon. I just sewed. Ooh, look at that spider. Ooh, wait. Where'd he go? Oh, right there. Wait, let me get him off the table so you guys don't have to see him. Hey, you never know what you're going to see at Fabric Chicks, but I can't focus with a spider crawling around. Okay, so I sewed my little sashing around it, which was just some scraps I had. So basically this whole project was leftover scraps. And then here I took the 2.5-inch scrappy tape and I just kept sewing on it until I had a big enough piece. So I just kind of laid it out like this. When it was big enough, I cut it, sewed it on, and then took this and ironed my seams back. So this is all my little pieces like this that you save because it's precious fabric and fabric's not cheap, but you drown in it because you don't know what to do with it. So that is what I have here. If you have a bigger piece like this, you can just cut it off. If you want, like you can see here, I've got quite a few funky little angles just because I think it gives it more interest. You could do them all straight, but I like the funkiness. So if you want to do funky, you're going to just take your strip like this, and you will waste a little bit of fabric, but you don't care because it is literally scraps, right? So if you waste some of it, you don't care. We want to give the quilt more interest. So you're just going to take your piece like this, lay it on an angle, make sure that when you flip it over, you're still going to be big enough. Because sometimes if you lay it on an angle, you know, like this, and you stitch it, and then you realize when you're finished, you're short here. Okay, so make sure it's going to be enough to cover that. And so just lay it down like this. I might lay it like this, stitch down here. Then when I flip it over, I'm going to have a fun angle. And then I'm going to cut away this excess here without cutting the interfacing so that you can see here I haven't cut it away yet. But you want to get rid of that bulk. If you don't, it's not going to be the end of the world. So that just creates a little bit of interest. You can see here how I've got some going all different ways. There was one piece somewhere that was actually a binding, and I just left it folded in half. And then this one, I took 2 pieces of the scrappy tape, because let's get crazy. This is the one I actually put the iron on, so it's a little bit poofy. I think that when we wash it, because this is wash away stabilizer, I think when we wash it, it will not be poofy anymore. But I could be wrong, but it's not significant enough that I care. So I took the scrappy tape and once I sewed it, I used the hexagon ruler to cut out the shape. So I might make these into placemats, or I might do kind of a fun hexagon-y table runner. I don't know. You could do a bunch of them. If you have a ton of fabric, you could do a bunch of them and then sew a whole quilt with the hexagons like the grandmother's flower garden. So that gives you different ideas of what to do with the scrappy tape that you've already purchased. If you're new to watching and you haven't purchased this, you can always say S scrappy tape 2.5 inches, 5 inches, or 13 inches. I do think I'm going to use the 13 inches for patriotic quilts for soldiers and veterans, because that way we can use all the scraps on a bigger piece and then cut them down to whatever size squares we want. We might want 10-inch squares or 5-inch squares or whatnot. So that is the scrappy tape little demo. Just to remind you why you bought the scrappy tape and the hexagon ruler and give you different ideas of how to use them. And then we have this here is the other hexagon table mat that Peggy made for us. And we do have a couple of kits left. I know some of you have this on your order already, and it just hasn't been shipped to you because literally we're just waiting for me to take a photo. But I took a photo today, so those can go in your boxes next time. We do have a hexagon ruler, and this one I had to open it up because I needed it for myself. But I believe that they're $32.99. So they are expensive. It does come, it's a non-slip Creative Grids ruler, and it does have a QR code, so you can hold your phone over this and see a demo on how to use it. But it does have some free patterns and different ideas in here for you. I believe that's the pineapple quilt, but I could be wrong. But different fun projects. And then I just keep my instructions with a specialty ruler like this. I keep my, and it's got different sizes also, just so you see that. I just keep it with one of these clips and then store it with the rest of my rulers. Yes, June, I would love to ship one to you. Okay, so that is that. And then we had a busy weekend, 4 days. It was so busy, we might have given somebody a heart attack. I haven't posted it yet, but we do have pictures. We do have a few pictures. The firemen weren't so happy when I was just joking with Joanne, but I told her that she didn't like have to fall down and have a heart attack in the parking lot for us to get the strippers to come. But it was a lot of fun. It was exciting. You never know what's going to happen here at Fabric Chicks. We just roll with it. That was a long day at the dealership, Phyllis. Hey, Phyllis, did you remember to ask about your grandson's Jeep? Poor Phyllis, she had to take her Jeep in to be serviced today, and I bugged her all weekend to remind her to ask about Devin's Jeep, because we can't get any answers on that one. The other thing that we have fun going on, well, I haven't set a date yet, but we're going to do a free Zoom on St. Nicholas's because I love them. So all you need is one of the patterns. You can do any of these three. So we have the Nicholas. Just to make it confusing, I believe two of them are Nicholases. So we've got Nicholas, which he comes, I believe, with a pre-printed face. This is what we used to call a stump doll. It basically, you wrap the fabric around, and so you're not creating a body. Super simple. And then you just get to embellish it with all kinds of fun stuff. Ann Lindenmeyer would totally love this because it's basically an embellishment doll. So we have Nicholas, and he's $10.99. We have St. Nicholas, which is super simple, but a little bit more time consuming. So this is one of Eleanor's dolls, actually one of her original dolls. St. Nicholas, here's one that I made probably 30 years ago. I made him about 30 years ago. I put him up every year at our house till he came to live at the shop. So this one you do have to make legs, and he's got socks on under here. Oh, Debbie Mum socks. That's how old this is. We got some Debbie Mum fabric here, and then we made some ultra suede boots. That's a good reason to buy the ultra suede when we have it on sale here. And then just some quick, easy pants and super fun. So if you need him, he is St. Nicholas. So St. Nicholas, the big St. Nicholas, and he's $10.95 also. And then we have the recycled Santas. So these are another one that are super easy. A lot of it is hot glue gunned. These are Virginia Robertsons. If you want a kit for the green one, we do have a kit that there's no price. Of course, the one I grab has no price. Hang on a second. Tell him a joke or something, Roger. Oh my gosh, the silence is deafening. $29.95. So if you want the green St. Nick right here, everything you need except for a little bit of polyfill is going to be in the kit. You got some mohair, you've got the little ball on the top of his hat, his little face, everything you need. $29.95 includes the pattern, or if you just want the pattern because you have a bunch of fabric you want to use, like here, this is a recycled sweater from the thrift store. So you can go get sweaters from the thrift store. You really can make these out of anything. Here's a cute little embellishment. You can find these at like Michael's or anywhere, any crafting store. You can get these cute little embellishments. Those are super fun to make. So that one is Recycled Santa, $12.95. And then most of our free Zooms coming up for the holidays, we're going to be doing them. Oh, somebody lost his beer. Oh, this one. He lost his beard. I'm going to have to sew that on. We're going to be doing them on Mondays after, just put on your calendar to plan for Mondays after Victor's exploding heart. So I think we did it today from 11:30 to 12:30. And if you get really excited and you want to do a village of cute little dolls, we have little deer. We have this is such an easy one. It does have a gusset right here, which is a little bit tricky, but not really. If you want the twig deer pattern, just type in twig deer pattern, and we can have a fun day embellishing and creating. So that is, Phyllis didn't want to be on their shit list. Mary Beatty, he has a Cherokee Jeep, a Grand Cherokee Jeep. Not that old, 80,000 miles, and they've had it since June because they can't get the part to fix it, a steering pinion, which it seems to me like steering pinions would go out a lot. They would just have them on the shelves, but not here. Okay, so that, we do have, that one's a freebie. Okay, this is, if you want to, Donna taped these up good. Okay, we have a little auction. Donna was here cleaning yarns and different things. So we have 7 pairs of knitting needles, size 6 to 10.5, and a needle gauge. So this, we're going to do this as an auction real quick. Doris is going to get upset with me if I get these out of order. Okay, $2. S144 auction starting at $2, and that includes 7 knitting needle pairs. So she matched them up so that you do have the pairs. 7 knitting needles and a needle gauge. S144 auction starting at $2, and it's sizes 6 to 10.5. Oh, good, Phyllis. I'm glad she got home safe. Okay, so 7 pairs of knitting needles. I don't know if you guys knit or not, but 7 pairs, sizes 6 to 10.5, auction starting at $2. Mary Beatty got home safe too. She snuck down here. Okay, S144, Kathleen is at $2. Here is 10 crochet hooks, tiny to 900 millimeter. So you have tiny crochet hooks, $2, auction. So the crochet hooks, tiny to 900 millimeter is S146 starting at $2, and then 144 is starting at Kathleen is already at $2. And then for those of you, I don't know if you love round knitting needles, but we have sizes 6 to 8 and sizes 6 to 8 round knitting needles here. Well, this one here costs $10.29 by itself. They're not even opened, it looks like. This one might be opened, but almost brand new knitting needles. Round knitting, her description is round knitting needles, sizes 6 to 15, a total of 8 of them, starting at $2. Oh, Jenny Duarte, did you have a hard time getting onto the live today? We didn't see, I didn't see you get on. Okay, and then I have wooden knitting needles, 5 pairs, sizes 10.5, 13, 15, 17, and 27. So these are all wooden knitting needles, still in their original packages. Well, these little ones were $5.75. It seems like we could do something fun with these knitting needles. They're wooden. I don't know what we could do with them, but this one was $14 from the Wool Tree. So we've got fun wooden knitting needles here. S148 starting at $2. I figure this kind of keeps it more fair than me just saying, who wants it? So if you want it, go ahead. I use all my old needles for hanging little Oh my gosh. That is a perfect idea. Kathleen and Linda, you're both at $2. That's a super cute. Oh, Victor, I wish you had said that before now, because wouldn't that make a totally cute little quilt rack for a small quilt? Oh, okay. Well, now I'm going to have to think about it for next time. Somebody's going to score with S148. S148 is at $10. Rondi says wrap binding around the big wood ones. That's a good idea too. Oh, I wish I thought about it. When she was packaging those, I was like, those wood ones, those look good. These ones I have no use for. The round knitting, I can't knit. I'm too tense of a personality, so I literally knit for a Barbie doll. Hey, Susan, how are you? Okay, S147 is going. Linda ABC for $2. Linda ABC for $2. And then I have 146. What do we have for 146, Roger? 146, I have $2. I see Linda ABC for $2. 146. 146 is for the crochet hooks, tiny to 900 millimeters. Tiny to 900 millimeters. 146 is going to Linda ABC for $2. Linda ABC for $2. Oops, I just wrote on my good rotary mat, cutting mat. Okay, and then I have S144. S144, I think is. Oh my gosh, Mary Beatty. Mary Beatty was just here and I said, Mary, do you want anything? And she said, nope, I'd rather wait till I go home and I pay $2 for it. Okay, 144. I see Kathleen Rader for $2. 144. I see Kathleen Rader for $2. Kathleen. And let's see, what are you guys fighting for here for the wooden needle? Oh, I am going to put everybody who bid, Kathleen, Linda, ABC. Okay, we're at $18. Kathleen, Linda, Mary Beatty. Okay, do I have any other bidders? Did you see any other bidders? Okay, we're at $18 for the, oh my gosh. Now that you say hanging stuff on it, these would all be cute to hang little projects on these big needles. Like, even these, like, our little copper ones. Look at, that would be super cute to hang a little, like, wool project on. Any kind of little project would be super cute on there. Okay, well, oh my gosh, and look, Donna even took some of my prized possession Halloween fabric and tied a bow on there. Okay, let's see, I've got 3. I know, Mary, they are. Okay, Linda ABC is at $22 for the wooden ones. Do we have anybody else who bid on the needles? I think it's just these 3. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put these 3 in here, and I'm going to pick. Mary Beatty, the circular needles were $147. $145. I don't think we even had a $145, Mary. $144, $146, $147, and $148. We didn't have a $145, Miss Mary. Okay, I'm going to put the 3 numbers in here while those Linda ABC is at $22 for the wooden needles. And then I put the names for those of you who bid on the knitting needles. We have a random variety. We have some of those round ones. We have a needle gauge. It's just a random grab bag. So it's a freebie. The random grab bag is a freebie. And I put the people who bid on it. Yes, just 1 second. Let Mary have them. Okay. Oh, Linda ABC, you got the random variety of things. You might want to just put them all in the trash, although I would say these ones for hanging stuff on. So this, oh, I gave my tape away to Donna this morning. Okay, I'm going to pin it on here so I don't lose. Linda ABC got the freebie. And Linda, I'm going to give Mary the circular ones. Okay, I'm going to take your name off it, Mary. Or Linda, I'm going to take your name off and I'm going to give it to Mary Beatty. Sometimes I wonder how I keep this straight, but I do not wonder why I go to the bar to drink. You girls might drive me to drink. Okay, so we've got that done. And then I've got a drawing here. This is for the people who shared our lives. So after we're done, if you would please share all of our crazy lives so that your friends know about us. I know you don't want your friends to know about us so that you get more chances for all these fabulous freebies. So I've got the people who shared in here. This is actually from a couple weeks ago, I think. And so all you have to do is just, after we're done, just on our Facebook page, it will say share video, and you just hit share, and then it shares to all your friends. Okay, so we have a cute little coin purse. It's got just a little bag here for your stuff, and then it's got another zipper here for some fun stuff, and then it's got a cute little embroidery with an elephant. So the people who shared, let's see who the lucky winner is. And you want to pick it, Roger? He doesn't care. Of a live. Hey. We're in the middle of a live. Oh. Okay. Okay, bye. I always answer it when it's the kids because I think they might need something, but they never need anything. Okay, Victor, you are the winner here for sharing. Thank you, Victor, for sharing. And please, if you guys could all share, that would be super helpful for us. The scrappy tape is, Becky, the scrappy tape is $49.99 for the 13-inch. And just so, for those of you who haven't seen the demo before, scrap tape is a wash-away foundation that stabilizes the grain line of fabric until it's sewn into its finished project. This 13-inch wide tape is the perfect width to use as the foundation of crazy quilt blocks, flip and stitch, the fabrics, flip and stitch and flip the fabrics until the entire surface is covered, then trim down to the size you want. Since scrap tape washes away with water, do not use steam or a starch alternative while constructing your blocks. Wash the stabilizer away after the project is complete. One package of the 13-inch is 10 yards, is $49.99. The 5-inch one is $39, and that's 25 yards. And the 2.5-inch, which I didn't bring in, is $19.99. So Lynn actually used the 2.5-inch with all of her leftovers for making a quilt. She took all the leftovers, put it on the 2.5-inch tape, and created a really cute binding. So the 2.5 is $19.99. The 5-inch is $39.99. And the 13-inch is $49.99. And okay, Linda ABC. Okay. Okay, so do you guys have any other questions from today? We're going to end a little bit early because I'm going to run up to Reno to check on Joanne. 148 148 is $22 to Linda ABC, I think. Okay, Linda ABC. And does anybody have any questions? Otherwise, we will see you on. Oh, we could do a couple of freebies. We got enough time. Hang on a second. We got a bucket full of crazy here. I know I haven't done all of the sale stuff from last week because we had 4 fabulous days of sewing, and I'm not sure that the ladies really spend too much time sewing. They mostly chit chat, giggle, and eat. So now I've got to go on a diet. Once again, I've got to go on a diet. Okay, I have here, let me throw all the names of anybody who's placed orders in the last few weeks, I think, are here. Okay, let's see. My comments have disappeared. What? Oh, Cindy, she, you remember she had a double bypass like 25 years ago? Well, it gave out, she had to have a new stent put in. So she's up living the life at Renown. Okay, I have a book for family favorite quilts. So if you're new to watching, if you ever don't want something that you get, just say you don't want it and we'll give it to somebody else. We don't want to clutter up your world, but we do want to declutter my world. So here we have family favorite quilts. And it's got some cute classic. That's a fun little, almost like a dressed-in plate with an applique. But these would be great in 30s fabrics. They'd also be great in the more modern fabrics. But lots of fun projects in here. There's a great patriotic one. So a bunch of different patterns. And the winner is, thank you, Kathleen. She needs all the prayers she can get. Kathleen Rader. Thank you for everything. Okay, my next winner, I have a Pure Purette doll. Oh, Kathleen, you're like the lucky winner twice. I don't know. You must have shared and you must have made a purchase. All right. And then we have, let's see, a Bosom Buddy. Oh, here, this is a seatbelt cushion. A seatbelt cushion pattern. And I have I don't think Connie Kaufman wants it. She gave it to me. She was going to make it for me because I'm always complaining about my seatbelt choking me. But instead, she just gave me the pattern. And, you know, I'm never going to make it. So I have Beverly Ann. And then I have a cute little cabbage and rose pattern. This would be fun in vintagey fabrics with the little applique of the flowers. It would also be fun to do in wool. It'd be a great one for wool, flannel. Okay, let's see. I have Victor. Gosh, we have, you guys are like multiple winners today. Let's see. My tape's gone, so I got to pin them. Okay, what else do we, oh, I have a cute little snowman template. I'm not sure if he's just an ornament. You could decoupage or what. I have Lynn Jenkins. I've got another doll pattern. So we've got an Eleanor Peace Bailey, Evelyn Isabel Stone pattern. And let's see. I have Phyllis. I know Phyllis won't want it. Okay, let's see. Who else do we have? Phyllis, if you want it, I'll get you another one, okay? But I'm pretty sure she does not want it. Oh, it looks like somebody used this as a trash can because it's an old number for an auction item. Okay, Beverly Ann again. Is Beverly Ann even on? Hey, Beverly, are you there? I haven't seen any comments for her. Okay, let's see. What else? I have so fun, an invisible zipper. 7-inch to 9-inch in a soft pink. I knew you wouldn't want it, Phyllis. I've seen your house. You have enough projects. Lynn Jenkins. Phyllis was so sweet. She let some of the girls from out of town spend the night there. Well, we had a lot of crazy nights, but it was pretty exciting. I did get coffee every morning while I was getting dressed. It was perfect. Okay, we have a 2024 calendar. This is not a wall calendar. This is a calendar to write in. If you want this calendar, just say you want the calendar. Kathleen, it definitely pays to shop and share. That's what I'm going to start calling it. Shop and share. I only have this one pattern. Beverly Ann, are you on? Beverly Ann. Let me give her a minute and dress. I was getting dressed. I was getting out of the shower and hot coffee just arrived at the bathroom for me to drink. Okay, if you want the calendar, put that. Oh, I've got Sandy Cohen. Sandy Cohen, let me write your name on here. Okay. And, I know what I want to say. For those of you who are doing the ornament with Ann Lindemeyer, if you want the Zoom link, let me type in Zoom link for Ann's ornament, and I will send you the link. Let's see. She's not going to be in her house, so she's getting the demo ready. She's also going to be demoing how to mark the styrofoam balls, and she's going to be doing a lace ornament. She'll show the large zigzag, but it's repetition, so you might not do it right then, I think. She'll also have her little trees lined up with handmade ornaments. So it's going to be a fun day for learning how to do ornaments. If you have an ornament that you want to share with the group, we would love to see it. Ann's ornament is the, you guys all got 3 yards of giant rickrack, that glitter rickrack. You need to go to the store and get a styrofoam ball. I believe one that's about 6 inches around is what you're going to need. And she has shown on our Fabric Chick Stitch Along, she has posted the photo of the finished project. So you can go on Fabric Chick Stitch Along and see what the ornament's going to look like. Stephanie, do I have your email address? I'm pretty sure I do. I'll look, but I'm pretty sure I do. If I don't have your email address, let me just message me with it. But I'm pretty sure I do have it. It is let's see. I should have this all written down, all organized, but I'm only as organized as I can be. Roger's rolling his eyes right now. Styrofoam balls with Ann and other ornaments. It's going to be November 17th. November 17th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Friday, November 17th. You're going to need the 3 yards of the giant rickrack and the little pins to put in it. And yes, Stephanie, you can go back and rewatch this forever. That's the great thing about social media. Once it's out, you can watch it forever. Okay, so it is the 17th from 9 to 11. Do you girls and gentlemen have any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to head on up to Reno. Have a good night. Go get some sewing done and join us on Wednesday at 4 o'clock for our next big sale. Hopefully this is all moved on, cleaned up, and we're ready for Wednesday before Wednesday gets here. Have a good night. Go get some sewing done. Love you guys. Bye. Bye.